Rise Royals, let's jump into it because I feel like someone wants you to come back. But baby, somebody is definitely floating away from the deception, okay? Yeah, honey. There's something clicked, okay? Let's dive into it because I feel like in the past, Divine Feminine, you had a situation where you gave just way too much, and I feel like you realize that now. I don't know if you kind of feel a little bit foolish because you gave so much, right? But don't feel foolish because, baby, yeah, good people, one thing I'm not going to say good things always happen to good people, but one thing I can say is that good people will always have, that I did what I was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Your conscience, ain't gonna be weighing heavy on you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's most important. Okay? So yeah, you was dealing with a situation here that you just kind of, was given just a little bit too much too. I feel like it was a cycle. It was definitely a cycle. Look at that. You see all that down there? Just looping and looping and looping and looping and looping, baby. You had to do something different than what you had been doing before, right? It's like, I got to change it up because this is not working for me. This type of energy is not working for me. I don't need to turn mean or turn cold, but maybe I just need to change up a little bit of how I operate with certain people. You know what I mean? And I'm talking to somebody that you probably like to wear a lot of dresses. Okay, I see somebody that wears a lot of dresses. You probably have a lot of crystals, okay, in your house. You're a free spirit. You're definitely a free spirit. And so I feel like with that energy comes a lot of vampires and people wanting to feed off you, because you're so kind, because you're so giving, right? You had to wake up. You definitely had to wake up. Okay. I also feel like you had too much, that you were juggling here. You know what I mean? You're giving to this person and that person and that person and that person and trying to keep people afloat here. It's a situation that was just like, okay, I did this for this person, now I got to do this for this person. I don't know, maybe a lot of people depended on you. Or maybe someone depended on you. Okay? Because this can be any type of situation here. But what I do see is I see you rising above what can no longer hold you down. Okay? Because this was holding you down. This right here, this was definitely, look, that's why you on top of this mountain, because you like, I want to be free, baby. I want to be free. I don't want to be held down by nothing or no one. Right? Free spirits cannot be held down, and if you try to hold a free spirit down, yes, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna be good. Right? So I feel like somebody was starting to see the pattern here instead of the excuse. There was definitely a pattern, okay? Because I can't make it up. Look. Why do I keep getting that? There was a pattern, that somebody had you in, or You're like, I'm not doing the excuses no more. It's not about to happen. Okay, so what changed, because I feel like whatever this was, you were longing for it. This was something that you were longing for a long time. Maybe you thought that the pattern was going to change. Ooh, Ooh, why is my hands tingly? That is so weird. I didn't eat this morning. And I am hot. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Let me raise this window down. Okay. I hope that's not gonna be too much air on y'all. Oh, I feel like it is. Yeah, I hope that's not gonna be too much air. But anyways, let's keep going. Something you were longing for here. This is what changed. You're no longer longing for it, right? It's no longer something that you long for. And baby, when I say free spirit, I can't make this shit up. Look at this. You see her? Do you see how at the bottom of this card, all these people look the same? They doing the same thing. They ain't even really doing nothing. They just kind of like looking lost. That's what I'm getting. They're looking lost. But you, divine feminine, I'm telling you, free spirit, look at you. Look at the colors that you have on. Look how empty they look. This is what changed. Your perception of yourself, right? You're dancing to the beat of your own drum now, okay? Somebody like disco? Why am I getting like 70s, baby? Okay, you may be older and you're just now figuring this out, and that's okay, right? That's okay, right? Everybody don't always have things figured out. But I know that you know now, you know that whatever it is that you were longing for may not be worth your time and energy anymore. That's what changed. Not at this moment in time, it's not. Right? Maybe later on in the future, maybe in the next lifetime. But right now, what you figured out is, yeah, I need to start focusing on myself, putting the energy back into myself, right? You know, there's still, believe it or not, there's still some type of lies that's swirling around here. Whoever or whatever this is, you're out of sync with it now, though. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't even think that the lies is affecting you the way they used to anymore. You know? You're just like, okay. I can't with the lies no more. You know? Now you're starting to side eye, you know, whoever or whatever this is. You know what I mean? Look at that. You like, don't play. Do not play with me. Because I can't believe nothing that come out of your mouth. You know? Yeah, it's not compatible with you. You know? Whatever this is starting to stick out like a sore thumb, baby. Yeah, it ain't, it's, yeah. You see it clear as day now. Right? Let's kind of get a little more clues as to what or who this is. I owe you so much, okay? So for a lot of you, this is a connection. Okay, an older connection. Somebody know that they owe you so much because, baby, when I say the way you gave to this situation and you didn't complain about it, they already know there's nothing that they could ever do that could repay you for what you've done for them. Okay? Ooh, okay, that's deep, spirit. That's deep. whoever or whatever this is, somebody's situation has to do with drugs, okay? So maybe there was somebody here for somebody. This ain't gonna be everybody's story. I already know. Take what resonates and leave the rest for somebody else, okay, y'all? But somebody was dealing with somebody that was on drugs. I feel like you gave and you gave and you gave to this connection, to the point to where you feel foolish because maybe you lost a lot of money. You know, maybe you lost people behind this person. You know? But then you have to free yourself from this situation. You wanted it to change. That's where the longing is coming from. You wanted it to change, but you knew that it was not going to change. Okay? Somebody did a lot of crying in this situation, right? You can see this situation for what it is now. Okay? Because I don't know if you know, some of you know this or not, but when people are doing drugs or doing hard drugs, you know what I'm saying? They tend to lie a lot because they want to get something to get the drugs. You understand what I'm saying? So that's heavy energy right there for somebody. Okay? Now, if that's not your story, I'm telling you, just let it go. Right? Okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this person was good and bad. I will say that. I will say that. They was. But that became very empty at some point in time. It wasn't fulfilling you no more. It was actually starting to make you think, you know, if this is a situation that's dealing with you know, the heavy D's, that is a bar. You know what I'm saying? If you were dealing with somebody that was dealing with the heavy D's, then you know that stuff can enter into you too. You see what I'm saying? So that gets a little, you know, right? Wow. Well, these readings always amaze me because you just never know what type of twists and turns is going to come out of these readings, you know? Even me as a reader, you know what I mean? Like, I just never know. Oh, why did I know he was going to do that? I mean, why do people do that, y'all? That be bothering me so much. It just really amazes me how nosy people be. I know I can be nosy in my car, but I'm not walking up to people's cars to see what you're doing inside. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. He literally, did y'all see him? He literally stopped behind my car. He was rolling down the sidewalk, crunched over on his knees, like going slow. And then he stopped. That's why I looked back. People are weird, man. People are weird. Okay. They better stop doing that. They better stop doing that, honey, because, yeah, that ain't good. Okay. Where we at? Because he just really threw me off with that, because that was very strange. Okay, so we have, ooh, somebody smoke, honey. And it's crazy because this kind of look like, don't this kind of look like, or am I tripping? Somebody be smoking. Somebody be smoking. Or maybe this is the heavy D's. You know? Maybe somebody's addicted to, you know, the ganja. And they don't know how to come off. But what I will say is that, baby, ooh, people that smoke this heavy and then they don't have it, they get very irritable. And I know this because I know people, you know, yeah, that irritability is on another level. On another level. Okay. Let's keep going. Look at this. Right? I feel like that's your sign to keep going. Like, Spirit is like, don't stop. Who eats a Big Mac? Okay, we got Big Mac out here. Y'all better stop eating them Big Macs. Because, baby, when I say them Big Macs ain't Big Mackin' the way you think they is, okay. Let's get into what's next for you, though, Divine Feminine. Okay? You know, because we do got float away out here. So I see you drifting away from this for sure. You know, I do. I see you drifting away from this situation because I feel like it's not serving you. It's actually bringing you down. It's making it to where you can't even float. Right? It's making it to where you can't even get off the ground. Right? It's like once you get off the ground, you're getting pulled back down to the ground when you're dealing with this situation, whatever it is. You know, it's like somebody woke up one morning and said, I've outgrown this story. I've outgrown this. And I love that for you. Okay? So what goddess do we have here? What's next, Spirit? We have Satira out here, Brazen. Okay, this is beautiful. It's a beautiful card. Look at that. How beautiful that is. Brazen. Okay. Let's get the book. Spirit, take me in. Take me into Satira. Satira, 34. 34. Okay, here we go, y'all. So we have Satira, okay, goddess of brazenness, okay, from Guyana, temple warriors, element fire. Goddess Satira is the energy and spirit of the Buxton. I hope I'm saying that right. I can barely see these damn words, y'all. My eyes are so bad. Buxton in Guyana, South America. Okay. Satira is brave, bold, brazen, and barefaced, casting a spell with her hips. Okay, so maybe you got some hips on you, baby. Okay, somebody got some hips on them. All right, so what's the guidance? Step up, go for it. Right? Partner with the divine to make brazen choices, and everything meant to diminish you will elevate you. Okay. Does it make sense now? Everything that was meant to diminish you will elevate you, okay? Which goes perfect with this float away, okay? All who mean you harm fall away. Your hurdles are illusions because you are plugged into source, okay? So what's the embodiment? Make the brazen decision. What would you dare to do if you knew you couldn't fail? It is brazen to be unapologetically you. It is brazen to speak up for someone not in the room, okay? It is brazen to choose a different spiritual path or career than your community. It is brazen to build your family your way. Goddess force energy is brazen, okay? Goddess force energy is brazen. So this is the declaration if you want to put it in the comment section below, if you're feeling called to it, okay? I am bold, brave, shameless, and brazen, okay? Ooh, I love that. I love that. You know, because I promise you that's literally the energy that I feel, right? Especially with these cards, you know, you're starting to use your judgment, and you're just like, no, baby. No, I'm a free spirit, and I'm going to do things my way, the way that feels good to me, okay? Because I done did what I'm supposed to do. All right, let's get into these charms real quick. I'm sorry, y'all, for that hiccup. That energy threw me all the way off. Okay, so we have this eyeball out here, you guys. I'm telling you, you be side-eyeing, honey. You be side-eyeing. Who likes baby blue? The color baby blue or sky blue, okay? Spirit said, listen to the messages, okay? Your birds right now, birds are messengers for you. Birds are going to like give you clues on the next phase in your life. And it just makes sense because, baby, look at this air balloon. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're in the air balloon, you see everything around you from a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see different birds. You're going to, you know, see different views, you know, in angles that you never would. Okay, so birds are very significant here for you. All right, we have the initials. I know that don't say Unc. Okay, so somebody definitely loves that symbol, the Unc symbol. Okay. The names I'm picking up, and it's the Unc without the H, is Antoine, and Andy's or Andy. Maybe somebody used these for clippers. Angela, Amy, Arnez, Ari, and then for N we have Neil, Nicholas, Nirvana, Nancy, Narina, Nylon, Nessa, okay? And for the K's, we have Corinne, Korea, somebody from Korea. Oh, I'm getting Kansas as well, okay? Katie, Carla, Corey with a K, Candy with a K, and Kiva. All right, so these were the messages, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Again, sorry for that hiccup, baby. Y'all know how I get. And I will literally catch you guys in the next one, and I'll catch some of you in the comment section below. I love you guys so much. It's your favorite goddess Platinum, and I'm out.